Hello and welcome to this video about Epicurus philosophy. And Epicurus, he lived in ancient Greece around the 4th century before Christ. And he was a mystical philosopher. He resides in his philosophical school, which was called the Garden. And there he lived with many friends. And they lived in a sort of hippie collective of some sort, a long way from all the noise that was in the big city of Athens, in the civilized world at that time. But as all philosophers and every Greek sort of back in the ancient Greece, they sought what they called eudaimonia and ataraxia. And eudaimonia is happiness, and ataraxia is peace of mind, or peace of the soul, serenity of the soul, maybe. That's what the Greek people thought, and especially philosophers. They sought what they called happiness and the good life and peace of mind. That is also what we see today. And how did Epicurus go about finding this happiness and the good life? Well, I tell you. He said that we have to search and strive towards hedon, which means pleasure. We have to strive to get this pleasure, this well-being, this niceness and well-being pleasure. And we have to avoid, he says, or he said, aponia. I hope you can see it. Aponia. That's what we have to avoid, because that is pain. Aponia is pain and discomfort, you can say. It's actually as simple as that. Strive towards pleasure, avoid suffering and pain and discomfort. I could go on and on. This is very simple, and that's why Epicurus' philosophy is called a hedonism. But that's actually a bad word, especially nowadays, because hedonism is kind of like somebody who, without any thought, just want pleasure, kind of like a psychopathic lust machine, who just wants all the time, and avoid everything that just has remotely some sort of discomfort for him. But this is not what Epicurus is about, but we'll get to that. Epicurus is also famous for saying, the philosopher who does not soothe the suffering of man, he speaks empty speech. So it's really central for Epicurus to ease the suffering of our people, humanity's suffering. That's what he would like to ease. Epicurus did not say there was no gods. That would be troublesome for him back in ancient Greece, where you have to believe in the gods, because Socrates was killed for not believing the gods. But he says the gods are very, very far away, and they don't really care about us. They do not intervene in our lives. We're left all to ourselves. The gods don't care about us. That's what he said. So that's how he avoids this. And he also says we shouldn't worry about death. No, because he says when death's here, we're not here. And when we're here, death is not here. he says actually people who think that we live forever and strive towards immortality, they suffer. They get this aponia. Remember? Aponia? Let me write it again. Because actually, when you seek immortality, you gradually find out this is impossible. You have to die. That's what Epicurus says. You said you cannot avoid death. We all have to die. That's the way it is. So striving towards not dying, striving towards your own immortality, that would lead to discomfort and aponia. But it's for Epicurus, this strive towards hedon, pleasures, is also something about not just want. It's about trying to get a sort of equilibrium between the qualities of what you seek in these pleasures. I made a silent movie, and this silent movie should show this aspect of Epicurus' philosophy. So watch this silent movie. Hello, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the silent movie, and that it made the point about trying to find an equilibrium in these desires, these pleasures you seek. Because it's all about quantity versus quality. You have to strive towards quality in your pleasures, in your hedon, for Epicurus. Otherwise, too much of the same good leads to aponia. Too much of something leads to suffering, discomfort. If you like roast beef, if you eat roast beef every day, at the end you will get bored of eating roast beef. You will not enjoy the roast beef anymore, and it would lead to aponia, to discomfort and suffering. So try to not eat roast beef, even though it's your favorite dish, each day. Eat it once in a while, maybe once a month, and look forward for the roast beef. Enjoy that. I'm going to have roast beef, and then you enjoy it. You get hedon, pleasure, and that's what he says. Epicurus, that's his message to us through the ages. Have friends, but not too many friends, because it will lose the quality. Have few real good friends. That makes quality instead of quantity. Like, let's have 500 friends on Facebook. Quality instead of quantity. That's the same with girlfriends. A lot of people thought that Epicurus' garden, his philosophical hippie collective, that they had a lot of orgies, sex orgies there. But that's not true. Epicurus actually means that we should not have thousands, hundreds, 50 sex partners. He says have a few, have one or two real good sexual partners in your life, and enjoy that. Too much of it would lead to aponia, to discomfort. So that's his message through the ages. Strive towards pleasure, but with us, not just pleasures for the pleasures, not just let's have. That's the same thing with money. Epicurus says too much money makes people sick and discomfort. But have some money, of course, to can you enjoy yourself. So this is what this equilibrium is about. And the equilibrium is not Epicurus' inventions. That actually comes from Aristotle. Although Epicurus, he said, he was not influenced by any predecessor, any philosopher. You can argue that that's not exactly right, because he gets this equilibrium aspect from Aristotle. Aristotle was famous for finding the golden middle way between two extremes and the two extremes could say, what is valor? What is it to be brave? Well, that's the golden middle way between two extremes, where one extreme is the coward who runs away, and there's the overconfident fool that just runs head on into battle and dies at the same moment. So brave is the golden middle way between these two extremes, and that you can use in all aspects of life. And Epicurus, he used it to find pleasures. Too much, too little, no, equilibrium. So, but I'll stop this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I see you in the next.